Hi everyone, welcome to Learn Awesome. In today's video, we are going to learn about something super important in JavaScript, especially for beginners, callback functions. Before we jump into callbacks, let's understand a fundamental concept. In JavaScript, functions are treated like variables. You can store them in variables, pass them as arguments to other functions, and even return them from functions. Let me show you exactly what we mean with some code. So I'm in Visual Studio Code and I'm going to create a hello callbacks.js file and add some code to it. All right, here I have created a simple function called sayHello that just prints hello world to the console. Now let's store this function in a variable. So I'm creating a variable called greet and storing the sayHello function inside it. Notice I am not calling it here. I'm just assigning it without parentheses. Now let me call this function using the variable. Right, now when I call greet, it will run sayHello because greet is pointing to that function. Let's try it out. And for that, you need to have Node.js installed. You can install it from nodejs.org if you don't have it installed already. And you can see in the terminal, it printed hello world. This shows that functions can be treated like variables in JavaScript. This is the foundation of understanding callbacks. Now let's understand what exactly a callback function is. A callback function is a function that is passed as an argument to other function and then executed inside that other function. It's called a callback because it gets called back at a certain point in that outer function's execution. Now let's create a function that takes a name argument and a callback function as parameters. Okay, here I've created a function called greetUser. It takes two parameters, name and callback. Inside it, we print hi plus the name, and then we call callback. Now let's create another function to pass as a callback. All right, so I've created another function called callMe that just prints I am a callback function. Let's call greetUser and pass callMe as a callback function. All right, so finally, I am calling greet user with just two arguments. First is the string Ali, second is the call me function. Again, without parentheses, passed as a variable. When we run this, greet user will print hi Ali and then call the call me function, which prints I am a callback function. Let's execute that code and see if it works as expected. And as expected, you can see first it printed hi Ali and then it printed I am a callback function. So that's how callback functions work in JavaScript. Think about it like this. You go to a restaurant and place your food order. You tell the waiter, call me when my food is ready. The waiter takes your order and continues working. When the food is ready, the waiter calls you back. Here you gave the waiter a callback function to execute when your food is ready. Some restaurants give you a beeper device which beeps when your order is ready for pickup. This is the same concept. Similarly, in JavaScript, we pass a function to another function to be called later. Let's have another example with the built-in setTimeout function of JavaScript. All right, here we are using setTimeout, which takes two arguments. The first argument, this one, is a callback function. In this case, an anonymous arrow function that prints this callback function would execute after a 2-second delay. Note we are using arrow function here, but you could easily use function like this, and it would be the same thing. All right, the second argument is a time delay in milliseconds. Here it's 2000 milliseconds or 2 seconds. So when we run this code, JavaScript waits for 2 seconds and then calls the callback function, passed as the first argument. So let's save this file and execute it and see what happens. 1, 2, and after a 2-second delay, you saw this line appear. So the advantages of using callback functions are they allow asynchronous programming, meaning your code doesn't have to wait for a task to finish before moving on. They make your code modular and reusable because you can pass any function as a callback. However, using too many nested callbacks can make your code messy and difficult to read. This is called callback hell. To solve this problem, we use promises and async await, which I have covered in a full JavaScript crash course linked in the description below. Available in both single 90-minute video and playlist format, you can watch it to cement your understanding of these concepts, which are covered in much more detail in context of async programming. I hope you now understand what callback functions are and how they work in JavaScript. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and comment below if you still have any questions left unanswered. Thanks for watching and keep practicing your JavaScript. See you in the next video.